My name's Eleanor Roberts, Individual Giving and Legacy Manager at the Hallé. We came up with the idea of Team Hallé about 10 years ago now, and it was based around the Great Manchester Run, which is a big event within the city, used by an awful lot of charities, both regional and national, to fundraise. And it seemed like a very accessible way of encouraging players. We knew there was quite a body of players that ran anyway and might quite like to take up the challenge of running the 10K. It is only 10K, it's not a marathon. So whilst not dismissing it, it's a very accessible run to do. It's continued to grow each year in terms of the numbers of players that get involved, putting everybody together, bringing together their own sort of personal stories about why they're doing it, gives us lots of ways in which to encourage the people of Manchester to give us some support that they might not otherwise do. It's kind of beyond our normal audience, if you like.
I'm Ewan Easton, tuba player with the Hallé Orchestra. Team Hallé is a group of musicians that enjoy running and exercising, and basically on tour we find it quite productive to shake off the evening before and go out for an early morning run. I nearly said stroll there, but we generally get quite a good run out of it. When we run the Great Manchester Run, there's a great feeling. You're running with the best part of 40,000 people, and there's amazing charities out there, and of course the Hallé's part of that, and it's good for people that we're running past, thousands of people that you're running past, to see that.
One of our motivations for taking part in the run in the first place was just that we thought we should be there, never mind whether it made any money. In fact, in the first year we weren't sure if it would, but we felt that actually having us running through the streets of Manchester in a Team Hallé shirt was a very important thing to do each year. But also what we do is the same as we do broadly the rest of the time, to be honest, is talk about the unexpected side of the orchestra's work. So the fact that it isn't just about what goes on in the concert hall. We point to our huge education and community programme with all the various projects that we do, the fact that we work in places that people wouldn't expect us to be, the prison sector, with the elderly in care homes, particularly those suffering from Alzheimer's most recently, with kids from all manner of backgrounds, including some of the most deprived parts of the region, and that it's just much, much bigger, I suppose, than just what goes on the platform of the Bridgewater Hall. Raising money through Team Hallé is a brilliant way of letting people know the relevance of the work that we do. I can contact people through all sorts of different multimedia ways and explain the stories that I get involved with young offenders, prisoners, and how we can change their lives through music. The most gratifying £50 the Team Hallé has ever earned was from an ex-prisoner who I contacted after the run, and he sent £50 to the team for what we'd done, and thanked us again. He had already thanked us profusely before, but thanked us again for the work that we'd done. It feels very relevant for what we do in the Hallé, for making great music, but also you've got the idea of us earning a little bit. It costs a lot of money. It's £8 million turnover business, so we got to earn a lot of money. 50 quid here, 50 quid there. Doesn't sound like much, but I think the goodwill in balance with that £50, it's worth a fortune. I think we all remember that one because it encapsulated why we do what we do. So yeah, the £50 in a sense was a little bit irrelevant. It was the message that came along with it that meant a huge amount to everyone in the team. Obviously, particularly Ewan, it was very personal for him, but it just absolutely demonstrated that that is why we do what we do. I love Team Hallé. I've been involved with it since it started, and in fact it's the reason why I continue to run a great deal more than I did 10 years ago. But it's a wonderful day, and it is one of the few occasions where, as more obvious fundraisers, we stand alongside the players as fundraisers, and we're doing the same thing, and it's all on the same level, and everybody's getting the same degree of satisfaction out of it, and it's great, and we do feel part of a team, and I think that's really nice because, you know, so often there is a little bit of division between administrative staff and players. Often I think it's in people's heads rather than actually physically there. But anything that helps us get over that and see that, you know, we're all people and that we all get out of breath when we've run 10 kilometres and we might all like a pint of beer at the end, that's really a great part of it.
Raising money for the Hallé and for the Trust makes you value just a little bit more, you know, the sort of diversity that the Hallé offers. It's not just a concert on a Friday night or a Thursday night. You know, it's from creative workshops, supporting people with Alzheimer's, working in prisons. Who'd have thought it? We have an effect on the people of Manchester.